Alright, so you've come here wanting to figure out how to beat the new mini-boss in Darkest Dungeon, the Leviathan. And, spoiler alert, the Leviathan is a big step up in difficulty from either the Librarian, the General, or the Harvest Child, in my opinion. So we're going to talk a little bit about all of the different facets of this boss and the strategies that I've found to beat it. At the end of the video, there will be 2 full playthroughs where I defeated the Leviathan, so you can see a bit of what I'm saying in action. So, first W is Where. This is the Lair boss in the Shroud. The Lair is titled the Sacred Pier, and the Leviathan will be the 3rd boss. And what is the Leviathan? The Leviathan is a nasty fish person with a big old hand. A rather giant hand that he summons that comes up and whaps you around and also potentially kidnaps one of your people, and the potentially is a very important part of how we defeat the Leviathan. But let's talk moveset for a second, and then we'll talk more about the general fight. So first of all, this is the Leviathan's full moveset. I'll go down them in order, but I'm going to skip the first one for obvious reasons. So the first is Breath of the Sea, which is an AoE. It's one that you've been introduced to as you have played through the zone, because Breath of the Sea happens from time to time. It is very annoying. It gives blind and vulnerable to all of your people unless they resist it. It means that you can't rely on any particular action to happen. Like, you can't be like, oh, my gesture has to fade to black the Leviathan or something like that. It's just not going to happen consistently, and there's no way that you can kind of like, I mean, you could build around it by getting a lot of debuff resist trinkets, but that's hard to come by. So you're just going to have to accept that some of your attacks are going to miss, and you're just going to have to get a little bit lucky with RNG. Next is Eye of the Storm. I feel like the Leviathan does this very rarely, but it is a single target damage dealer that also comes with barnacles. Barnacles that debuff the little circular orange thing is every time you move, you take a bleed. So it's basically meant to discourage shuffle compositions, and it's something you see throughout the Shroud. Next is Eyes of the Storm. I feel like the Leviathan does this every time. It is a damage-based AoE version of Eye of the Storm. And it hits only when the Leviathan is in the front, aka a hand is not summoned. We'll get to the hand in a second. But generally speaking, you are much better off if the Leviathan is in the front and the hand is dead, because it won't be doing the AoE. Because this AoE hits reasonably hard. I want to say it hits like 7 to 10, maybe a little bit less than that. But especially for squishier heroes in the new patch, this is a real challenge. And then finally is Tidal Surge, which is just like big and awful and stress, and it's another AoE. So all things considered, the Leviathan gets 2 actions per turn, and if there is not a hand up, it generally summons the hand, which is Deep Rising, the first action there, and then it will do some combination of these with the remaining action point that it has. I'm not sure if Deep Rising is a free action or not. I wasn't able to test that, but you're looking at 2 to 3 actions a turn if Deep Rising is free. So, like I was saying, that top ability, Deep Rising, is going to summon a hand. The hand, if we look at it for a second, has only 2 skills, and they only hit the front. It has Undertow, and it has Batter. The hand has 3 actions per turn, so it has a really high number of moves, and it seems that it always tries to do Undertow first. Undertow will hit one of your front 2 people, and that person will disappear as the hand pulls it down. The hand gets to keep acting, though. Don't be confused. But the hand will pull someone under, and you will lose access to them. One thing we learned the hard way is that you can still have someone taken away, and much like the Hag's Cauldron from the first Darkest Dungeon, when you kill the hand, it comes back. So you can have someone taken away, and then they will come back, and they will be at the front after you kill the hand. After it's done attempting to Undertow, it will hit you 2 more times during the round for a moderate hit. Now, Undertow is the big dynamic of this fight. If you master Undertow, you're going to have a much easier time with the fight, and the thing about Undertow is it can be resisted with move resist. However, being immobilized does not make you immune. This is a thing that we learned the hard way, and it just doesn't have any effect. Even if you have the General's Trinket, which gives you the impervious, can't be moved under any circumstances, you can still be taken, and if it takes your rank 2 person, they'll be returned to rank 1, which is potentially very, very bad. We had a Pirouette Grave Robber who was basically rendered completely useless in the fight. So that's the movesets, so let's talk strategy. So at a high level, what you are looking to do is you are looking to be able to absorb damage, and you're looking to be able to mitigate undertow while putting out a fair amount of damage on the back 2 ranks. That's where the Leviathan lives, and I think the strategy is to ignore the hand. The hand is just going to be doing its thing, and trying to kill the hand is not good because it moves the Leviathan to the front, and then the Leviathan does its AoE, and then you're getting like 2 AoEs per turn. So what I think you do is you focus on getting someone who can reliably taunt move resist. The hand is relatively quick, so if you can get your taunts up at the end of the round, the hand will generally try to do undertow at the very beginning of the round, and if you have someone with taunt and high move resist, nothing will happen. So where are the places that move resist comes from? We have trinkets with move resist that you could get lucky and get. You have the Sergeant Man-at-Arms, who has plus 100 move resist right out of the gate, which is exceptionally good. I think a Sergeant Man-at-Arms would make me very confident in going after the Leviathan, because you can put up Retribution, and then you know that he will never be taken. The first run that I succeeded against the Leviathan, I employed the in-item ceremonial drums. I actually got 4 of them in the run, which was kind of ridiculous, but I gave 2 drums to each of my front 2 people, and they were completely immovable with over 100 move resist, and the hand never took anyone, and life was good. So I think that that's the main strategy that you're looking for. Beyond that, the next thing that I think you need to think about is your party resilient to pretty significant AoE chip damage? You're just going to be getting hit a lot, and so things like an Alchemist Plague Doctor or a Grave Robber who is Nightsworn have lower HP pools, and as a result are going to be very susceptible to the AoE. I would say if you're going in with a Plague Doctor, as an example, Indiscriminate Science is very important because it is an unlimited use heal. Anybody who has a self-heal is good in this fight, certainly, but you just need the ability to get people off of death's door towards the end of the fight. Beyond that, if we look back at the Leviathan's resists for a second, Leviathan is pretty easy to at least blight and burn. Bleed, not so much at 50. So things like Otherworldly Fragments with their blight and bleed dots are quite nice to bring into this fight. But generally speaking, I think that's the strategy. You neutralize the hand, you do as much damage as you can to the back line, focus down the Leviathan, leave the hand up, and profit. So that's it for this. If this was useful to you, please leave a like and a comment. Let me know if I got anything wrong. But I'm going to leave you to 2 quick Leviathan fights so you can take a look at how it works and how I have found success. But I wish you the best of luck, and if you're at all interested in talking more strategy and things like that, I do have a Discord, so find the link down in the description and come hang out. But for now, that's it for me. Best of luck with your runs, and if this guide does well, I'll certainly make more for the other bosses. Have a good one. Here goes nothing. This Leviathan has been ruinous to us every time here. Okay, yep. All the blinds come in. All the blinds. Yes, yes it does. And this thing does a big AoE every turn. Yep. That's a lot of AoE, even at our current state of things. Alright, not having that blind land was huge for us. Here comes the hand. This thing pulls you under. Are you serious? Alright, well, we just learned the hard way that we are not protected from the undertow by that, and it's shuffling us now, which is supposed to be impossible. I'd like to file a formal complaint. This thing is ridiculous. This is so much harder than any of the other bosses. I just want to say that. Like, this thing is crazy at 155 HP. With the blinds and the debuffs and stuff, it's just bananas. Like, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? The fact that we're critting on every one of these is kind of awesome, but oh, that's disappointing. The blinds are not doing us any favors. You back for pirouette yet? Oh, you have to be kidding me. That's so annoying. I didn't think she could. I thought it only took the person in the front. Like, this is really bad.
The slow suffering begins.
Oh my god. This fight is ridiculous. Come on! like actually, what the hell? Like, this is stupid. Holy cow. Actually insane. It's only hitting for 8. Oh my gosh.
Well
done. The boss is perfectly balanced. And everybody gets blinded, so it's like, even though I have pirouette, what am I going to do? Or I don't even have pirouette, so I have to pass again, because I didn't realize that it could shuffle us when we're not allowed to be shuffled. Oh my word. The salt is real. This fight is stupid. And of course, it still has 33% death blow, so it's just going to hang around and like keep absolutely vomiting all over us. So we resisted that before. I just want to point out. Oh, it's like sinking. Interesting. Alright, the Leviathan is no more, but that fight is ridiculous.
They must be made to see that their monstrous god is mortal.
Now, this guy just does this breath every time, and you get blinded up, and it's really gross. The main thing to note here is this thing seems to get like 15 actions. That's what we learned the hard way. The blind resist hurts. I don't remember if he can be bled. Probably should have checked that before we started. Oh yeah, it was 40 across the board. So I don't want to waste it when I'm blinding. So let's put down the taunt. And then we'll start using the otherworldly fragments next time. So he brings up a hand, and the hand gets 27 actions too. Okay, which we do resist. Okay. We are on to something here. Didn't get the blight on that one. That's unfortunate. So, given that we have so much move resist...
An unavoidable end.
50-50 it? Yeah. Might as well. I mean, we're not going to get rid of the blind any other way. Okay, we got both. That's good. We do need some healing for you at some point, but... Man, not getting the blinds is really hurting. The dots we are rolling right now are shockingly big. But he does a huge AoE every turn, which I don't love. Wouldn't mind the bleed? No, we never get the bleed when we want it. Yeah, he does that all the time, Blue. It's pretty disgusting. So we finish off at 23, 15, and 6. That's pretty good. Let's weaken this up. Just so that we're getting hit for less. Look at how many actions this thing gets. Can we, like, take a moment? Just, like, it just keeps going. That's the one thing I find very frustrating. But, and then one of them is a big ol' AoE that it does every freaking time. Okay. We kind of hope that Boudica gets to go, as weird as that sounds. It kind of feels that way, Innie. I'm going to do a bit of healing, which means we are going to take one more round here, but... Oh, I didn't realize that they were all going to be hits from the hand. And the hand was just going to wail on us endlessly. Okay, well... It's still at 33% Death's Door. If I wait and do... We could get one Rid Reconstitution. Let's greed it a little bit here. Oh, shoot. Alright, well, we got it anyways. Okay, so that is, that's the Leviathan fight. And we have figured out one of the mechanics that we can use to make the Leviathan fight work better. So, to review,